Okay, it's Thursday, July 13th. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and today we end up with another continuation bar to the upside, a two up bar. In this case, it ended up being a pretty nice green bar that just continued higher. We are at a point now, as discussed on the monthly chart, which I'll get to more in a second, that we're kind of continuing that big green bar to the upside towards some of these targets here. So that's why you're starting to, even in the case of some exhaustion risk to the upside, you're still getting some powerful moves with the momentum. After yesterday's kind of neutral bar here, discussed that we could have been coming down to take out this gap, or maybe we'll be continuing higher because the continuity is certainly strong to the upside, and we'd have to wait for today to see how that unfolds. So if you look at the pre-market range between the blue lines, I'll get to that here. We always look at the pre-market range and the opening price action. In this case, right out of the gates, we went up on the first bar. Let's say, it's sometimes tough to buy this momentum to the upside, but that's what the market kind of showed you on bar two here. I always set my stop kind of at the halfway point of the first bar. So if it would have come down strongly, sometimes, if you wanted to aggressively play this, you're going to have to sometimes maybe take a loss. And at that point, then you're looking for pre-market lows to be taken out and kind of short-term broadening on the downside before it heads higher type of thing. But in this case, we kind of held the midpoint of that bar, consolidated for a while, had the breakout. So there's kind of your first move of the day, because everything here was inside this first bar. Orderly pullback, then second push up. And, I'm not saying it was you'd be hanging on to catch this entire move, but if you just look at the structure of the day, there was nothing to do other than consider long trades, either out of the gates, either right out of here, and then once it made a push up to new intraday highs, another pullback here. And obviously this was even another one, so it was one of those kind of trendy days to the upside after a bit of consolidation. So anyway, the main thing here, why this is kind of working to me, is because on this monthly chart, we started out a little bit below the green bar at the open of the month, and we went down for a few days. But once we eventually turned up, like 2 days ago, here's the green line. You can see here at the beginning of the month, we kind of went down. We're below that line. We had that failure move here, which I said could be powerful, back to the upside. Since you come down, you don't reach your target here. Once we had the two up, that essentially turned this chart just about green, the monthly chart. This definitely turned it green. So this was the first bar that turned the monthly chart back to green after now following through on this strong month before it. So that's why now you're getting some follow through to the upside, because our targets are way above here, up around somewhere in this area. Well, we're getting close to it, the 46 something area. I'd have to look at it exactly. But, again, it's tricky in terms of you're at exhaustion risk. It's not really an actionable trade in terms of having an immediate target other than the big picture targets. It's definitely an exhaustion risk in the short run, but this is what opening price is guiding you. So if you would have got long here, let's say tomorrow you get this kind of up move and immediately comes down, you might have to take a small loss and kind of wait. That it could have happened today, but it just didn't. So that's kind of the way consistently I try to look at opening price action, the pre-market range, and just judge the structure of the day. So today, again, whether you got it or not, there was nothing to do other than consider long trades given the structure. And obviously we stayed above the midpoint of the prior day, closed strongly green. So let's see how we end the week. It seems like we're going to end the week strongly green, which is going to mean follow through into next week. But sometimes when you might get Monday or Tuesday down first, as long as you hold the midpoint of that weekly bar, you look for that reversal up. I mean, that would be the most powerful signal now, is some kind of pullback and then an eventual continuation towards those higher targets. So let's see what unfolds tomorrow to end the week.